Coming to you from the floor of the CME Group, I'm Eric Wolfman Wilkinson. Let's get in the zone, the cash money zone. It's Wolfman Wednesday. There's a lot going on in here. We've got ADM in here doing about 30,000 spreads the last 2 days. That's about 60,000 contracts. What's happening is they were short the September contract. So coming into today, you know, we've seen a lot of sell-off with this dollar rally in the last few days. It's really brought all commodities down. Well, ADM's been short that, but there's a little caveat to the September contract. Generally speaking, the September contract holds a lot of old crop because the farmers actually don't go into the fields and reap the benefits until October. Like when we're walking around for Halloween, you see all the corn stalks are dried out. That's when the farmers are pulling in their crop. So with this early crop season that we've been talking about so much down here on the CMZ, the September contract is actually starting to migrate towards the new crop because they're thinking that these farmers are actually getting into the fields earlier than October and pulling this out. So there's going to be more new crop in the silos. So it's kind of a switch over. What ADM's doing is they're getting rid of all of their puts. They've been long the September puts. They're selling those puts and buying into the D's puts because this yield's supposed to be so great. You're going to continue to see these prices slide. Today, we are seeing a dollar correlated trade and basically across the markets in here. There hasn't been such a direct correlation, but the last few days without a whole lot of information coming out, we're starting to see a lot of dollar correlation today. That's why the markets are up in the grain room here. We also got rumors that China was in buying soybeans again, or edamame as I tweeted out this morning. Yeah, China's buying edamame, sending this market up about 35 cents higher, coupled with the strength or the weakness in the U.S. dollar. It's all pushing it higher. A lot of jubilation going on up there in Wisconsin. That's right, Mr. Walker comes through in the election, basically showing that austerity can work. These guys had like a $3 billion deficit, and this guy has come in, cut the labor unions, cut taxes, and they are now cash positive. Goes to show you Greek might be able to do something about that. Take that. So that's the other caveat. We're talking about the G7. We had the political leaders meeting. Japan calls in yesterday and lets them all know that they are not going to let their dollar strengthen or the yen strengthen. They're going to do everything they can in the meantime to try and weaken their currency. They don't care if the G7 has a problem with it. They said they're just going to do it if they want to. Take that, G7. Anyway, moving on. The drought in Russia, a lot of people are tweeting out there's huge fires going on the eastern end of Russia. Now they're growing areas over on the western end, and they're having huge droughts there. They're really worried that the same thing is going to happen this year that happened last year at the end of the season when all these farmers were getting ready to pull in all their crops. They had a huge fire basically wipe out most of their crops. So they're really worried about that, as is the market. So if you can't take that, take it easy.